The number one killer of your success in wholesaling real estate is going to be time. Time is the killer of a lot of wholesalers, and specifically the time it takes from you to find a deal, give an offer to that seller, and make the money. The number one KPI, the number one key performance indicator to see if you are going to become successful or not is how much time it takes you to do things. From time of doing something to time of execution. These are the two variables that I find from wholesalers that become successful and don't become successful. And time again, I talk about marketing a lot. There's no special thing about this, right? There's no insane secret. From the time it takes you to decide you want to go find sellers and you going out here and doing it is most likely going to be the best time between you getting deals and getting sellers. But also, the other time variable is some of you guys are really good at finding the deals, but when it comes to actually talking to a seller, you shrivel up like a scared little snail and you are scared to make offers. You are scared to go out here and make a low offer, specifically an offer that makes you worried. I love hearing it. I love hearing people really worried about this stuff because when people get really worried about making lowball offers, they get uncomfortable. And when you get uncomfortable, you start growing, right? Like, think about this. When you build muscles, right, you have to get through some uncomfortability, right? It's painful to grow muscle. When you want to study hard, it's painful and boring to go out here and study for 2 or 3 hours, right? There is, when you're growing and you level up with your brain power or with physically, right, there is some sort of pain. Now, it's not excruciating pain, right? It's not like the, childbirth pain. I've never given birth, so I don't know. But I can only imagine it hurts a lot, right? That's probably not normal everyday pain, right? But like just normal pain, you grow. And if the thought of making a lowball offer to a motivated seller scares you right now, like, oh my gosh, you're in the right place. Because I'm going to show you how to make stupid lowball offers, how you can do it in under 60 seconds and get the best chance of making a 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000 pop. Guys, it is insane to me that you will go out here and not try to make 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 grand on a deal. It is embarrassing that you are not trying the best. It is downright disrespectful for your family that you're not trying to make 50 grand in the next month. And I'm not saying that as some like, oh, this multi-millionaire guy is just talking now. No. You can make 50 grand on one deal. If you just make the right offer and the seller says yes, you can make 50,000 stinking dollars. But the only thing stopping you is this limiting mindset that you can't make the money. Guys, I did about 3-4 years of wholesaling with only making at most 70 grand on a deal. We're just blessings, right? But on year 4, I started saying, you know what? Why don't I try to go after more motivated lists and just make more insulting lowball offers? Why not try it? And guess what? I made my first $100,000 deal and I posted it on YouTube, right? This was long hair Zach era. That's how old these videos were, right? Made 100 grand my first deal. Showed the HUD, showed everything. Guess what I did the next month? I did 3 of those. I ended up in about like a 40-day period doing 4 $100,000 deals. Now, it was a blessing. It was beautiful. It was amazing. So, I was definitely blessed. But there's blessings involved in that. And there's also just making stupid lowball offers. And the limiting mindset that I had in my mind was that is just too low to offer to a seller. And when I decided to take that limiting belief out of my mind, right? It's like a governor, right? Like, you ever heard these golf carts? You take a governor off, he'll go 60 miles an hour. You have your governor in your mind that stops you from going too fast. And you just got to take it out. And it seems a little reckless to do, but you start making more money. And so I just want you guys to understand, I'm not telling you to make lowball offers because I want you to be scared. I want you to get cursed out. I want you to be uncomfortable. I'm not saying that I'm saying this because I have your best interest in mind. Heck, I feel like I'm getting a commission off of you saying this, right? Oh, if you do a $90,000 deal, I'm going to get something off. I'm not. I'm saying this because it's just in your best dang interest right now. Make the lowest possible offer you can that is within reason. You just got to change what you think within reason is. And there's no shocker here, okay? But there's not one other person on YouTube in wholesaling that produces more big pops from people, right? So first of all, there's no one on YouTube that's produced more first deals, like people getting their first deal than me and Rick, right? That's not even a question. But the most shocking thing about, I think, people that post their first deals on, the Discord, the Facebook group, one-on-ones, right? It's not about that they got their first deal or the sheer volume of people that get their first deal from us, because, come on. Like, guys, I know this is crazy to say. Like, we just have the biggest wholesaling course, right? Freewholesaling.com. So, no shocker there. One of the biggest Facebook groups, right? It's not because of that. That's the sheer volume's not thing. I'm not tuning my own horn. But I want you to go to freewholesaling.com, go to the front page of people posting their checks, right? I want you to look at the check amounts, because that is the thing. Go to flippalert.com, right? I think that's the thing that is the most impressive with what I teach. Because you look at any other person that teaches wholesaling, they're all paid, but even go to this people, they're all $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 pops. But the one thing that I'll tell you that me and Rick have done more than anything else is the people that get their first deal, they're making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 their first wholesaling deal. Nobody else is able to do that. And because me and Rick are the only person with the balls to tell you to make stupid low offers. It is insane to me. It is mentally insane to me that me and Rick are the only one. But because they just push everyone to make lower offers, y'all end up making $60,000, $70,000 on your first deal. And I'm not even kidding you, right? I think of one example. So I have my live event coming next month, and it's really exciting. And there's this couple, right? I want to give a shout out to Martha and Devani, right? And they're doing some little deals, right? They came to our event in Dallas, right? And they got some 5, 10K pops. And me and Rick just told you need to go after probates and make stupid lowball offers. And they're like, well, I flew out from Milwaukee, right, all the way to Dallas. I should probably take what Rick and Zach say, right? And guess what they did? This is crazy. They made $90,000 on a probate deal. And all because they decided, you know what? Zach's kind of mentally deranged when it comes to everything, but I'm just going to trust his process. I'm just going to trust his crazy antics, right? And they end up making 90 grand, right? And if you come to one of our live events, you're really going to see these people. It's insane, right? There's this other couple. This one guy's name's Ruben. Ruben and his wife, they're in Washington State. They're in the Flip Alert Plus group. This is insane, this couple, right? They made $70,000 on their first wholesaling deal, right? They came on Zoom just to tell me, right? Heck, this is all recorded. We have all, I just don't post it because they don't want it posted on there. It's in Flip Alert Plus if you're in Flip Alert Plus, right? I think 75 grand. She was pregnant, just had a baby, 75 grand. First deal. And time and time again, I see this every single week. It's not every day somebody gives me a $70,000 Zach, I made 70 grand first deal with you, right? But heck, we're about to close a $80,000 JV deal, which shout out to you guys making lowball offers. And I guess I make a commission, right? Because I'm about to do a JV deal. We're going to close it for $80,000, which is, I took my own horn, but hey, that's good money, right? But it's because I'm inspiring people to make lower ball offers and then send me the JV and let's make 80 grand. Give me half of that. I'll take my 40 grand. I'm happy, right? But the thing about that is I'm just trying to inspire you to say you don't have to go out here and just try to make $2,000 on a deal or $3,000. You can make 75 grand. That's like, oh Lord, don't put me on the spot. That's like 14, $5,000 deals, right? 13, 14. That's like doing 14 deals at once. It's crazy to me. It's like shooting a bunch of three-pointers. Like over time, it's better than shooting two sometimes if you have a good percentage, right? And so these 50, 100K spreads, if you were able to find the right buyers and make the right offers, and of course have just the right marketing. But as you know, it just takes one. It just takes one, right? This isn't football where you're down by 30 points and one big play is not going to change everything, right? This is like boxing or fighting. You could be down all 5 rounds, and if you just get one right punch in on the guy, knocked out. You'll be losing the whole time, right? I think of Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman. That's one of my favorite UFC fights. Guy is not a shocker, but like the guy's getting his butt whooped, right? Championship fight, Leon Edwards just getting his butt kicked. 5 rounds. He's got like 10 seconds left. He just kicks the guy in the head. Boom. It doesn't matter what happens the whole 20 minutes. He kicked the guy, and he's now the champion of the world. And guess what? That's what it takes. Just wait. It takes one good thing to happen, and boom, your whole life has changed. You are literally one wholesaling deal away. Your whole life changes in a snap by just being able to make. Because I look at Martha, I look at Ruben, right? I look at all these people. It's just one deal. It's just what. And the cool thing about like I'm talking about these people, like if they decided to make just a non-lowball offer, they would have made $5,000, which is nice. But they would have not made life-changing money. They would have not made $80,000. And like you got people who are in lines at the Kroger, the gas station, trying to go out here and hit the lottery, right? Get the $10,000 a month for life. You could do that off of one wholesaling deal. Y'all would play your scratch offs all day trying to make $6,000, and you have a scratch off where you can make $90,000. So let's stop limiting our mindset on making a $6,000 deal. Why don't we go make 80, 90 grand? I saw one idiot. Okay, I don't call people idiots much. This one person said, "Oh, you shouldn't be wholesaling forever. If you should get out of wholesaling first thing you can and get into the commercial space and all these things." And I'm like, it just takes like if you're doing $80,000, $90,000 spreads, there's nothing you're going to do to get me out of this business. And heck, think about $80,000 JV deal, like. How could you get me out of this game? Now, I own my rentals. I got my creative finance. I love all these things, but because I'm not doing the guru game and I'm going to make 90K pops, you can't stop me from making low ball. You can't, guys, and I get people telling me, Zach, you work all the time. You can't stop me from working when all this money is out here to be made. There's just so much you could be making if you just decide you're ready to take it. The treasure is out there. You have to go get it. And so what's the point? You could be getting your teeth knocked in wholesaling for 6 months and next week is it. So lowball offers are a must. And I hate the people that, I overcalculated. I think too much. Shut the front door, man. Make lowball offers. And so everyone in their mind, they, MAO, I gotta minus my fee off. Dude, don't give me, if you say minus your fee, shut up, okay? Stop focusing on the MAO. Stop doing it. Focus on the LAO, your least allowable offer. And, Rick kind of first coined this, but like, stop focusing on the max allowable. Why are we going at that point? You want to go way below that point, okay? Stop playing around with break-even numbers. We're here to make good spreads here. And so LAO, if you don't know what it is, so everyone knows about MAO, right? It's the max allowable offer. It's a calculation to figure out what's the most you can offer a seller for you to break even. Everyone says, okay, well, I could sell this to a buyer for $100,000, so I'm going to offer 95, make $5,000. If you have to, you have to, right? But I think I should focus on another number. I call it the LAO, the least allowable offer. What's the least I can offer with this guy not cursing me or wanting to smack me verbally, right? What's the least I could offer without just being stupid, okay? And I'm like, well, probably $55,000, $60,000, why not? I just offer that. And guess what? It's not a guarantee. Most likely you're not going to get a yes. But on that one time, 1 out of 10 times, 1 out of 6 times, they say, yeah, I'll take 60. Whew. Your life is instantly changed. Instantly. Instantly. You make your whole salary off of one offer. Let's stop right now and think about that for a second. If you decide to just start implementing low offers the right way, you can make your whole salary in one offer. If that doesn't inspire you to start making low ball offers, I don't know what else will. Okay? It drives me crazy. And I'm frankly sick of making $4,000 on a deal, right? I'm trying to inspire the world here. And I'm sick of these wholesaling gurus. And so we're here to make a change, right? So the point here is when you make an offer, think about my one rule. Well, what's my one rule for making an offer? You know, me and Rick, we read a book that had this title, and we decided to just run with it. It's called Go for No. Go for the no. And so in wholesaling, when we make an offer, right, I think of I think of all these people like, oh, I'm the best closer in the world, and then they go in their whole calculations and let me get the 14 here and then add the 0 and put a decimal point in. I hear that stupid stuff, and you know they do all the calculations and yeah. You know what's my rule? It's crazy. Go for no. Everyone's so scared. You try to close the sale and they say no. Oh no, they said no. Everyone's freaking out over it. Your goal should be to get a no. You want the seller, guess what? Because when somebody says no, you can negotiate. All right? This isn't an engagement. This isn't a proposal. If they say no, there's no negotiations, right? It's not a yes or like, they say no, you change the price. Oh no, I'm not going to make 70 grand. Okay, I'll settle for 30. Go for no. That is it. So make it your goal when you talk to a motivated seller that you are going to get a no. Make that your rule. Make that your rule. Okay? If we can start making that rule, and I'm going to start implementing this. We're going NBA, baby. Okay? We are going NBA. I'm putting a 60-second shot clock on you crazy cats. All right? That means when you get a person that says they were looking to sell their house, right? I'm giving you 60 seconds to figure out what roughly you should offer that seller. You know why? Because I'm kind of sick of this. I have these newbies that they take 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, hours to figure out, what's the perfect calculation. And it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. And we got all these charts. And I have the charts. And I know exactly to a T. And people think I'm crazy on this. Like when people send me deals, especially like Flipper Plus, things like that, right? Like I've never been in some of these markets. And to a T, there's these experts who have done 1,000 deals in the market. And they're like, yeah, that's exactly what the MAO should be. And I know for a fact, like, because I'm really good in under 5 minutes in pretty much any market in the country to figure out an MAO. Like, it's really scary. Like, it just comes from doing 2,500 deals around the country, like of knowing exactly how much an MAO is. But not many people have that skill set, and I'm very lucky with it, right? But to that point, you could probably do the same thing in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and like. But if you just spend 60 seconds, and heck, if I just gave me 60 seconds, I could figure a rough 80% of that skill set, right? And so 60 seconds is all you really need. That is it. Like, you don't need to be doing anything else here. Just spend 60 seconds on your little shot clock. And once you hit that shot clock, that's it. It's what the offer is. And so start removing the complicated calculations. Stop doing that. Just go for the no. Okay? And so what you need to do is make a lowball offer and have a great delivery with that offer. That is it. All right? And so think about, this is pretentious to say, but as somebody that has gone to very expensive restaurants because I make good money, it's not worth it, by the way. FYI, these $200-$300 steakhouses, these crazy fancy Italian places, right? In the U.S., in Europe, they're different, right? You know, I've been in the nicest restaurants, and do you know what's the difference between a $300 steak and a $40 steak? Do you guys really want to know? Is it because the cow is massaged and given a humidifier when it sleeps with a lullaby? No. It's all about presentation. Have you ever seen the Salt Bay guy? He's got the salt and like he cuts it the right way and makes it. It's all about presentation. That is it. Okay? That is it. That is the difference between a $300 steak and a $40 steak. Okay? I mean, you can nitpick, but like that's basically it. And I have found you could give somebody a $20 steak and their presentation's beautiful and everyone's like, oh, fancy, they got a sparkler. They'll pay for it, right? You get people paying these bottles at clubs, right? It's all about the sparkler, the little sign. It's all about presentation, right? And so presentation is key here. And if you're able to give a subpar product, which is a low offer, of course, it's not the best offer in the world, but if you're able to present it like Nobu Steakhouse, right? Like a Brazilian like steakhouse, right? You know, like a 5-star Michelin restaurant, right? If you're able to present that terrible offer with a beautiful chef's kiss delivery, they'll clap their hands and sign the check all day. And this is the key of why, because any guy out here, okay, all right, any Joe Schmo, all right, any Joe Schmo, okay, can go out here and make a low offer and not get accepted. I mean, heck, guru-trained people do this all the time. They make lowball offers. They try to do what we do, and they just can't make, like, when's the last time you've seen a guru talk about doing an $80,000 deal? Probably never, right? Because their presentation sucks. What did I say? When you do guru things, you get guru results, right? And it's funny to me that the delivery sucks on most of these. And so what you need to do is just make a great delivery. And that's here where I'm talking. So the equation is to make lowball offers, but you have to deliver it the right way. All right, so this is how you trap people for $400 steaks, right? Make a good offer. And make the offer low, but get the right presentation. So what's the best presentation for offers? I found about 3 classic ones of the right presentations. Now, if you go to freewholesaling.com, my free real estate wholesaling course, it's all in there. And I don't want to get into a 4-hour rant about freewholesaling.com, but FYI, it's my free wholesaling course. We have over 250,000 active real estate students in there. And the reason why there's 250,000 people is because it's the only free wholesaling course in the country that is completely free, and it is the best one. And I have live, like actual me talking to sellers with all these deliveries, so you can actually watch from my shoulder. A lot of these things YouTube doesn't want me to show, that their privacy policies, it's all in there for free, public information to everyone, right? But you'll learn that course about the 3 delivery methods we give our offers. It's not like, you take $40,000 for the house. No. That is guru stuff. I don't want to hear, tell me this. Get out of here. So the first thing is the price first method. That is the first way you can lowball. It's not my favorite. The delivery is kind of just there. Bleh. Not the best. What I'd like to do is, I'm just going to get straight into it. The best delivery for lowball offer, the one where I made the most 100K pops, is what I call the good cop, bad cop method. And I've talked about this good cop, bad cop method for a while. But ever since I started making big pops on these, that's all I use. Rick likes the volume method a little more. He likes getting the offer from the seller. I'm a little different. This is my channel, so I'll say it my way, and then we can hear Rick tie it. Rick gets big pops too. I think the biggest deal he's done is 120 grand. I think 130 grand. My biggest deal is 120 grand. His was 130. He beat me by 10 grand, and he did that like 10 years ago too. So inflation adjusted, he did better than me, right? So listen to him too. But his stuff's in freewholesaling.com. But what I like to do is the good cop, bad cop method. The reason why I like the good cop, bad cop method is because this has been a method that precedes wholesaling, right? It's been a method before wholesaling was even a thing. And it's a method that works so well that they're able to get like confessions out of these toughened people, and they're able to just pull the craziest stuff out with this method. Cops have been doing this, and it's called the good cop, bad cop. And how good cop, bad cop works is you have these are 2 regular cops, right? They could care less about anything. Like, they're just regular people. They're regular cops, right? One acts like they're the helping hand with the criminal, or innocent before proven guilty, right? And then there's the tough guy. Oh, I'm a tough guy. I'm going to beat you, punch you, slam the table, scream at you, right? And what they do is they bring them together. They bring the good guy in, good cop, the bad cop, and they go to the back. And you've probably seen this forever, right? Man, this guy's crazy. I mean, should probably help him out, right? And you kind of get in this little like thing, right? And you're able to do good, great confession, stuff like that, right? And you're able to solve crime really good doing that, right? And I just use that into wholesaling, and my business has just exploded. And I've been using this for years, and it works all stinking time. Okay. So let's talk about it. Number one. All right. Number one. When you talk to a seller, you are the good cop. Of course you're the good guy. You're always the great guy, right? Who's the bad partner? Who's the bad cop? The bad cop is the person who unironically isn't there. And so like a good cop, bad cop, right? You're in the interrogation room. Bad cop's, he's looking through the glass, right? But he's not there. And so you always want to negotiate when the bad cop is not anywhere to be seen. That is when you get the best, right? And so what I like to do is I like to blame somebody. And I like to blame somebody who's not physically there. And so for example, what I always do is I blame Rick. And I'm not saying that because Rick's terrible. We love Rick, right? But he's not there. So I'm just going to blame him. I'd blame anyone, right? But when I'm physically at the property, I like to say, hey, Mr. Seller, I was talking to my partner Rick about the property over the phone, and he told me he was looking to buy the house for $120,000. See how I shut up? And so the reason I say that is I was talking to Rick over the phone, and he told me he was looking to buy the house for $120,000. Then I shut up. I don't say a word. And then the seller has to react to that. What? I'd never take 100. Get out of here, right? And I get a lot of this. Guess what I can do? Hey. That's what Rick said over the phone. Rick didn't see the house. That was before I even came to the property. I was just mentioning to you what he told me. Here's the thing. I make the decisions around here. Rick just is the one who just told me. He doesn't know anything about the house. And so I'm not the guy. I'm not the bad guy. I'm just, don't shoot the messenger. That's what he told me. I still have the right to make the decision, the final say in decisions here. So that price doesn't work. I mean, just so I know, right? Like what works for you? 160,000? Oh, Rick's going to kill me here. He's a tough cookie. He's going to be screaming at me all day about this. He's at 120, you're at 160. I mean, can we just meet in the middle at like 140? That seems reasonable. Shake hands. Last Tuesday I had a live negotiation like that. You guys saw it on YouTube. It's literally on this channel, right? And the MAO is like 200 grand, so you make 60 grand on that like example, right? And it's crazy to say, but like that's what works. And now before everyone goes screams at me, Zach, you're not supposed to split the difference. I read a book from Chris Voss that says never split the difference. Let me talk about never split the difference. Okay, there's a book from Chris Voss, an FBI lead negotiator, great negotiating guy, right? Never split the difference. I think it's pretty stupid for business. He tries to put his FBI negotiation tactics in real estate, and it's the stupidest thing ever. Not because Chris is stupid. Chris is a great negotiator. But you got to think about what an FBI hostage negotiator negotiates. He negotiates life and death. I negotiate prices on real estate. And so if Chris Voss is negotiating with a crazy person and the person says, I am going to unalive you. I can't say the word right here on YouTube. Oh, unless you give me 100 grand. Chris Voss really can't negotiate. Can you just take 2 fingers off of him and get rid of the toe and we'll give you it, right? That's a negotiation, right? You can't negotiate that. Hey, just hack 2 arms off and we'll make it a deal, right? There's no winning that one, right? It's either he's alive or he's dead. That's the only negotiations with Chris Voss. And in wholesaling, if I change him, I can let up on the price, right? That's the difference between Chris Voss and, my and so splitting the difference works. And the reason why splitting the difference works is I negotiate like a toddler. I literally negotiate like a little child. And the way I do that is, I think it works well. But have you ever like had like a 2-year-old or no little 2-year-old or 3-year-olds, right? And you negotiate with them. They're hilarious, right? One example, I always use the Oreo example, but it's true. Where like if you have a toddler and you're gonna give them Oreos and you say, how many Oreos do you want? They say, I want 1,000 Oreos. And then you say, well, I can give you 1 Oreo. Guess what happens? Well, what the toddler says, let's split the difference and you just give me 500 Oreos. Huh. Okay, we'll split the difference. Because the toddler's demands were so insane, if you just meet in the middle of that insane negotiation, the toddler wins. You just negotiated to give 500 Oreos to somebody. And that's why in wholesaling, if you just give such a stupid lowball offer, even if the seller meets in the middle with you, because your demands are so insane, you make 50, 60 grand. And this is why I love splitting the difference. And think about like negotiating salaries, right? Let's say you're a garbage man and you say, we're here to offer you 40 grand, Mr. Zach. Will you give me $14 million? No. Well, let's just meet in the middle. Meet in the middle, $7 million. Okay. Hey, I got to split the difference. Well, we just paid this guy $7 million to be a garbage man. I know these are extreme examples, but if your demands are so crazy, just to even meet in the middle of that insane demand, you win. And that's the thing I think a lot of wholesalers just don't figure out. You're conditioned from these stupid, broke gurus that meet in the middle is terrible, and it's not. You make a lot of money doing that. And so doing ARV, doing comps, right, all this stuff, right, it doesn't hurt. But what I'm telling you is most people are getting hurt because it's stopping them from the most important thing, which is making the offer. And so we got to go out here and just make that offer. And more specifically is conditioning your seller. This is the one thing when it comes to lowball offers. I see everyone, they check all the boxes except for this one box because it's a little uncomfortable. Blows up the whole deal. And this is called conditioning your seller. And this is because most people, they don't want to go to freewholesaling.com and go through the pain of learning or the pain of studying wholesaling. Even though I give an $8,000 course absolutely for free, right? And the worst thing you can possibly do when you're negotiating with a motivated seller is you give them an offer and then they say, I'll think about it, or maybe. That is the absolute, hands down, worst case scenario a seller can give to you on a negotiation. You want to get a yes or a no. Specifically, I hate to say it, you want to get a no and then negotiate to a yes. Imagine you offer, hey, Mr. Seller, we'll give you 100 grand for your house. Okay, sure. I mean, unless that lowball offer is crazy, it's not good, right? Because you probably could have gotten lower, right? If you offered 150 for the house and they say yes, I could have probably locked it up for 130. So a yes is probably not the best thing. But the thing is, a lot of you people will give an offer and they say 150. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you in a week. What's the first thing I told you today? Time kills all deals. And so time is going to kill all your deals here. So what I'm telling you, what I'm begging you to do is stop getting these maybes. Stop having someone say, I'll think about it. You're not going to close any deals. You're not going to do any success just getting a maybe from a seller. What you need to do is stop a seller from saying, I'm going to think about it or maybe. I've spent today, because the Dolphins are not playing, going through all these making offer courses and making offer YouTube videos. And it's embarrassing because all of them are just funnels to, I'll tell you how to really make a good offer by giving me 16 grand, right? It's embarrassing. But the one thing you see on there is, they say maybe, just follow up. The fortune's in the follow up. It's just the stupidest thing ever. And so what you need to do is when you give an offer to a seller and they say maybe, there's nothing you can really do there. And I'm not telling you to throw your hands up and give up. What I'm telling you is you could stop the problem before it happens. And so the question is, what do you do if you get your arms chopped off? It's like, you can't really reattach them. Well, what did you do to get your arm chopped off in the first place? Maybe we'll try not to do that. And that's kind of the point. And so how to stop getting maybe? It's something we call conditioning the seller. And so before I go meet somebody at a property, or before even in virtual wholesaling, I give them the offer of the phone. What I do is make sure the seller knows. I always say this, hey, Mr. Seller, before I meet you at the property, or before I give you an offer, I just want to make sure, are you ready right now to make a yes or no decision on selling the property? I don't want to waste your time or my time. Before I go meet you at the house, I only go there once. I don't go there multiple times, right? And I'm a busy person. I know you're a busy woman. What is the best thing you can do? Like, what is your decision? Yes or no on selling the property? That's it. And so just put this through your head. Hey, Mr. Seller, before I go meet you at the property, are you ready to make a yes or no decision for selling? I don't want to waste your time or my time. That's all you got to do. At that point, you're Gucci. You're good to go. So just ask them, are you ready to make a yes or no decision selling the property? If you're able to do that, you're good. Just stop getting these maybes. It's killing you. So ask yourself, well, if you can condition the seller, make a lowball offer, go for the no, and deliver it the right way, you are unstoppable. And just ask yourself before you make any offer to a seller, does this offer scare me? Really, really think about this. Does this offer scare me? If the offer doesn't scare you, you ain't making enough money. And seriously, what is the worst case scenario you make a lowball offer, right? They say, no, that's what we want. That's what we want. Or if you lock it up too high, just renegotiate the price. That's it. So what is my foolproof guide here? What is my foolproof way of you going out here making money, right? 60 seconds, make the offer. What is it, right? Find a no-brainer price in your mind that will work. Think about a price that, heck, if I lock it up for this price, I'll make money. Offer 80% of that number. Stop calculating. If it's stopping you, just no calculations. Make that offer. Seriously, think about what's a no-brainer offer. Oh, okay, well, I mean, if I get it for 100, I know I can make some money. Okay, multiply that by 80%, 0.8, 80 grand. Your offer should be 8 grand, LAO. Deliver it right though. And so stop, I'm going to ARV, I'm going to minus off my fee. You don't know what your fee is. No, I talked about $80,000. I didn't know I was going to make 80 grand on the deal. I thought I was going to make maybe 20 or 30. Who knows? And so if I minus off my fee, it's just the stupidest thing I could possibly stink in here. Your fee, your assignment fee is unknown. Stop trying to make it known. Just make a stupid lowball offer and see what a buyer can give you for the house. That's it for the contract. So this is business economics 101. Buy low, sell high. Try to get the lowest you possibly can and sell it to a cash buyer, the deal, the contract for the highest. I don't know what to tell you that. The whole, like, here, get out of here. If you just make lowball offers, you will win. That is it. Guys, just make a lowball offer and you'll get rich. That's all I'm begging you to do. Stop following these gurus. Stop listening to these stupid things. They all pretend like we're, if I don't talk about Zach, Zach's not real. And people don't realize they can learn wholesaling for free. It's crazy. So guys, if you want to learn how to wholesale real estate absolutely for free, just go to my free wholesaling course, called freewholesaling.com. Show you how to wholesale real estate absolutely for free, step by step.